imagine this. Two versions of you have an exam in 1 week. The first version spends 3 hours a day and he begins to write notes. As time goes on, about 30 to 15 minutes in, oh no, you've lost focus. Now the second version of you goes on a walk and spends his time doing things he enjoys. He comes home and in the last 15 minutes of his day, quickly does some work and goes to bed. Who do you think got the higher mark? The first person got a C and the second an A. There are 3 things that second version of you did differently to the first that allowed him to spend much less time studying and still get way better results. And in this video, I'm gonna give you those 3 steps, each step leading on to the next. Now the first thing that he did differently to the first person doesn't actually have to do with what he did while he was studying. It was something he did during his time that allowed the other parts of his day to be effective. And that is an increased attention span. The second person only does things that don't give him dopamine quickly. He does things that increases dopamine. And if you want to learn how to do this, then we have 2 videos on this channel on how to do that. So now he's able to focus, and when you start working, you can work for longer. But how do you start working? This is the second step, and that is gained an ability to be able to focus on command and quickly. Now what he did was use the power of boredom. There's a video on our channel about this. But when you were in a state of boredom, you were able to focus on things better, and you were able to look at what you need to do rather than what you want to do. So before he began study, he stared at his work for 30 seconds to a minute. That allowed him to enter flow state on demand. So now he can enter a flow state and he has the ability to focus. What does he do? Before he starts studying, he sets a timer for 15 minutes to an hour. Puts a constraint on how much time he can study. Instead of saying, I want to study for a long amount of time, he says, I only have this much time to study. That way, he can only focus on what's crucial instead of wasting his time. Instead of spending 3 hours writing notes on things he already knows, he quickly gets to the past papers, the things he needs to study and the things he doesn't understand. He's able to study as efficiently and effectively as possible. And with the other 2 steps, he is able to focus on that for longer and make more time of it. So now that you have these 3 tips, all you have to do is begin to work. On our channel, there is a video about boredom, there's a video about how to increase your attention span, and how to be productive. This channel is all about being as efficient and effective as possible when it comes to studying or work. So subscribe to the channel, and if you want to learn how to get your brain to focus properly, watch this video here. Thank you for your time and use it wisely.